Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be Lost Media category number 20. This is the 1992 Atlanta 300 lost footage of NASCAR Busch Grand National Series race 1992. If you didn't know, this was Jeff Gordon's first ever win in the Busch Series, or at the time, the Busch Grand National Series at the time. This was his first win in a sanctioned NASCAR race. So, the Atlanta 300, also known as the 1992 Atlanta Motor Speedway 300, was the fourth race of the 1992 NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, occurring on 14th of March at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The race marked NASCAR's history as Jeff Gordon won his first ever NASCAR event using a Forge to edge out a Buick Harry Gant. Background: the 1992 Atlanta 300 was the inaugural running of this event, with the race typically lasting just under 300 miles. The only 1992 NASCAR Busch Grand National Series race to occur at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The race has ties to modern Nally Cars 250, had dropped the Atlanta title from 1993, and being reduced to 250 miles from 2015 onwards. Prior to the race, qualifying commenced with Jeff Gordon winning the pole with a speed of 173.821 miles per hour. Directly behind him was Old Mobile's Tracy Lacey, with Mark Martin lining up third out of the 43 competitors in the Ford. This race was also one of the few Busch Grand National Series events that Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports was in attendance for, albeit en route for a sponsor meeting. At the time, Hendrick Motorsports had garnered a reputation for attracting future Hall of Famers like Jeff Bodine and Darrell Waltrip, but although it had achieved 32 victories from 1984 to 1992, had been unable to challenge for the Winston Cup Championship. Meanwhile, it was reported that then Atlanta Falcons coach Jerry Glenville had attempted to enter the race, but his entry was rejected by NASCAR officials. According to NASCAR's Vice President of Competition, Les Richard, lack of experience was the reason, stating the reason Jerry Glenville can't race at Atlanta is that he hasn't driven in a race. Until he races a small track when he can see his ability and how he handles himself, we can't allow him to drive at Atlanta. With the starting order decided, the 1992 Atlanta 300 commenced on 14th of March. Gordon maintained his lead from the start, dominating the first 67 laps before dropping it to Martin. On lap 4, a 12-car crash instigated by Oldsmobile Tom Peck resulted in Chevrolet's Ernie Irvin being involved, which resulting crash had caused him to suffer a cracked collarbone and a bruised jaw. Meanwhile, Martin quickly lost the lead to Harry Gant, who would drop it to Chevrolet's Dale Earnhardt on lap 75. Martin quickly regained the lead on lap 80, though, defending it for 24 consecutive laps before ultimately losing it back to Gant for the middle part of the race. It was generally open competition for the lead, with Earnhardt almost remaining in contention until a head gasket failure after 118 laps eliminated him from the race. By lap 140, Dale Jarrett was in first position in a Chevrolet, defending it for 22 laps. Near the end of the race, Jarrett's time as leader, Hendrick stopped to watch an occurring on the track. He witnessed the vehicle driving by Gordon's charging by him with a stating, "I get on the other side of the track right at the fence, and a car comes by and goes into the corner and smoking rolling off the tires. I stopped and said, 'This guy is going to crash, watch this.' But instead of crashing, Gordon maintained his composure despite generally racing sideways and achieved the final lead change on lap 162. From there, Gordon primarily defended the lead against Gant and 4 others, eventually crossing the line by a margin of 3.57 seconds to claim the victory and the $30,170 in prize money. Gant finished second, while Chevrolet's Hut Strickland took third after narrowly losing it side by side with Gant. Post-race, Gordon expressed how emotional he was to win, stating, "On the last lap, man, I lost it. I just choked up really bad the whole lap. This is my biggest dream come true for me ever, and I'm thrilled to death." This would prove to Gordon's first win in NASCAR sanctioned event, as well as what contributed greatly toward his future success in the Cup Series. After witnessing Gordon's victory, Hendrick was convinced that the 20-year-old was suitable for his team, signing him in the summer that same year. Gordon would later compete in the final races of the 1992 Winston Cup Series. From there, Gordon would achieve a grand total of 93 wins, 4 Cup Series titles, all with Hendrick Motorsports. The team itself thrived even following Gordon's departure. Between 1993 to 2015, it had 208 wins and 12 Cup Series championships. Availability of the race. Despite the historical significance of the event, NASCAR race went untelevised. It was unknown. However, the recording was made only to back up should the Cup Series race be canceled, and filler was required to meet broadcast demands. As the spring Atlanta races in question, the 1992 Motorcraft Quality Parts 500 occurred without any issues. The ABC broadcast of the 1992 Atlanta 300 did not air. Responding to query regarding whether the event could be uploaded to YouTube, Smith TV, a prominent collector of NASCAR broadcasts, stated that the recording is unlikely to resurface even with the underground racing track market. And there's a couple pictures here. Let me show them off really quick. So here's a picture advertising the event. Yes, I'm doing this video on my Chromebook, my personal Chromebook, because my step-grandfather's computer wasn't working. I don't know why. I'll figure that out later. And here's a picture after Jeff Gordon won the race. And that is the 1992 Atlanta 300 lost footage of NASCAR Busch Grand National Series race 1992. And if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace, period.